Good morning, everybody. It's dark, clouds, stormy. Oh my goodness, it sounds like a Peanuts cartoon when Snoopy used to sit on the top of his, or lay on the top of his doghouse, if any of you ever really loved the Peanuts comic strips, and he would say it was a dark, stormy night. Well, actually, it's a dark, stormy, windy, cloudy morning here in Lehi, Utah. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and actually, I'm surprised at how good the lighting is here. I'm back, amazingly, after over a month. We'll see how this goes. I haven't videoed or done anything in a long, long time, so who knows how I'll do. Anyway, it is 57 degrees here in Lehi, Utah, and that is 13 degrees Celsius for all of my other friends throughout the world. And it's 60, going to a high of 65 degrees, and that'll be 18 degrees Celsius. So anyway, I'm Colette, the Highway Stitcher, for those who don't know, or maybe their first time, or have forgotten about me because I've been gone so long. And I do most of my stitching from the home and some from the highway, and that's why I call myself the Highway Stitcher. And it's been an awful lot of the highway this last month. That's why I haven't been here to give you any updates. This particular video will be all stitching. My plan is to do another video for those who are interested in what happened during my trips and what haul I got and what happened. That way, if you just want stitching, that's what this will be. And if you want to see the other stuff, you can see it in another video. And also, it won't end up being really, really long. I don't know. This may still be really long because of all the stitching, because of a month's worth. But at least it's shorter than what it would be with all the haul and my traveling would add to it. So with that being said, there's only one item that is not stitch related that I want to bring up right now, and that's because I appreciate the kind words, prayers, and everything that have been told to me and have been given to me over the last several months for my niece Kimberly. And I want to let you all know that she passed away peacefully in her sleep on October 3rd. I know that she was loved by our family, but I grew to realize a lot of the rest of you, my viewers, also wanted to hear about her and showed your kindness and prayers and everything for her. So those of you who aren't on my Instagram and might have missed it, I just wanted to let you know that she passed away. Thank you again for all your prayers and kind words and everything. She was a pretty special niece, and we will all miss her. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to move on to my stitching, and let's just see what I've been doing. Excitingly, well, it's a good thing too, actually. Every year I do a birthday sale with my twinner, Krista Grammer. She is on Instagram as Krista Grammer. And her and I, for the last 2 years, have done a birthday sale together. Our birthdays are October 29th. And we decided that was really fun, that we would work on a piece all year long and get it done by our next birthday. Started on one birthday and get it done on the next. Well, I was not as good this year. The year before, I had mine finished up in August. This year, I was hustling down to the very end to get it done. And Krista helped me with that because when we did a video chat a few months ago, she showed me her finish. And I went, uh-oh. So I decided that my piece better be hustled on. So it was, and I did finish. Our piece for this last year was Those Who Sing by the Drawn Thread. We really liked the saying in this. I think we're kind of drawn to like, kind, sweet, thoughtful words in stitching. And this one, of course, says, "Those who wish to sing always find a song." This was a delight to stitch. Krista mentioned the same thing. We both enjoyed this so much. So here's my finish. If you want to see Krista's, just go onto Instagram. Hers is under at Krista Grammer, Gramer. She did hers, I believe, on the called for with the silks. I stitched mine on a 32 count even weave Lugana. It's a Zweigart base where it is printed on the front, the color, and then the back is just, like just the solid color. This is called Vintage Stormy Night, and I use the overdyed thread conversion for this. And I'm very, very happy on how this turned out. I waited to the end to do my bird's beaks and the specialty stitch flowers, which had, different stitches than regular cross stitches in them. And as I was working on them at the very last, which was this just a few days ago, I just, as each one of those birds got their beaks, my heart started singing. It was just so cool to just see them. I could just feel them all bursting into song. So anyway, love this piece. Like I said, it was so much fun to stitch. And, I'm looking forward to our next. I will be showing that under plans on what our next stitch will be, starting this Friday on our birthdays. So, just fun. If you guys ever have a chance, stitch this piece. It was just fun. So much fun. So that was my FO that I got done this month. Okay, on to, I guess I'll just go on to temperature topography, my ongoing yearly temperature piece. This is by Stitching Mommy. She does quite a few of the temperature topographies. And this one, it was pretty much, or temperature pieces. This one was pretty much all the words. And I really enjoyed that. That's the reason why I picked that up and decided to work on this one. I am behind, but hoping to make a catch-up this coming week. I had to finish Those Who Sing and get caught up on some other challenges. But there's the little bit that I did of starting of October. As you can see, we've had some changing in the weather, which is usually what happens in Utah, so it'll be fun to start seeing some greens, oranges, yellows as I finish up this October. Since I was gone for quite a bit of the month of September and October, the colors kind of bounced back and forth, and I know when I was gone this last couple weeks in Iowa that it cooled down quite a bit in Utah, so it'll be fun to see what the colors are. I stitched this one on 32 count peanut fabric by Be Stitched Me, and it was one of my monthly fabric pieces that I get every month. I'm stitching it with a 4-degree variation of temperatures. And what else? I did change out a few of the DMC colors to, but most of them are the same. And this is 2 floss threads over 2 linen threads. And let's see if there's anything else. Nope. I'm just going to do some catch up on it as soon as I can. So thanks, Sarah, for a fun temp piece. And next year, you need to look on her Etsy store. Next year she has butterflies, and they are actually really cute. So, okay, my next piece is a mystery sampler that a lot of you like to see. It's Linen and Threads 2021 mystery cell titled Talavera. This is a solid color look of it. I'm showing that because I want to show you the block I did this month. And I barely finished it because I was way behind because of other stitching that had to get done. This block, interestingly enough, as you can see, is partially finished. I'm assuming, now don't take me for certain on this, but knowing how Linen and Threads has done the past 3 or 4 years that I've been involved in their stitch-alongs, I bet you November will be this, and it will probably also be partially done. So we're going to have some kind of interesting December finish here. So we'll see if you can, if what I said is correct or not, or incorrect, who knows. But that's kind of what I'm guessing. So, and here she is. I call her she. I like Talavera pottery, so that was part of the reason why I picked this cell too. I'm using a 32 count, just white Lugani even weave because I wanted my colors to pop, which they are. I'm using 5 DMC colors. If you're interested in knowing what they are, please email me. I'll have my email below. The one that was done just a few days ago, which I should have done at the beginning of the month, but just barely got done, is the partially finished block right down there. And so, just very intriguing to see, to wonder what they're going to be doing next. So I'm waiting. Won't be many more days until we get the November block. So we'll be able to see what that one is, and you know, pretty soon we're getting close to a finish on this. This is 2 linen threads over 2 floss threads. Let me see if there's anything else on this one. Oh, the blocks are usually about 1,600 stitches, so I'm guessing that's, well, it's a little less than that because it's partial block. So I'm guessing it's close to that on the amount of stitches I did for this one. Okay. Oh, those are DMC colors, by the way. So, which I figured you'd probably know. They're so bright and pretty. So. Okay. It was hard. It's a good thing I write down on my calendar book now everything I do every day and how many stitches, because some of these pieces that I worked on, I would have totally forgotten that I worked on them after not doing a video for over a month. I worked on Haunted a little bit more. This piece is, let me see. Oh yes, this piece was kitted up by my friend Lonnie, a fellow Utah stitcher here. She kitted up a pattern for Brenda and I to do for a mini retreat that we were going to participate in. And this is what she kitted up for us. And I love Misty Purcell's patterns, so thank you, Lonnie. And I actually showed a little bit of the start of this before I left on my last floss tube, but I did add a few more stitches to it, so I wanted to show you that. 333 according to my calendar, and that was probably finishing, I think it was finishing up the cat. You know, it's been so long and I don't have a picture of it, but I believe it was finishing up that black cat, putting the light colors around the October, and probably some of that stitching down the side border. So for those 333 stitches. The fabric that she gifted me was a vintage Stormy Night. I'm pretty positive because it looks like the one I'm using for, that I used for my finish, Those Who Sing, because on the back it's, you know, the plain color. On the front it's the stamped mottled. So it's turning out really pretty. And she also gifted me the, I think there was a DMC and some over-dyed floss. And that was used both. So I really enjoy this. This has been a fun stitch, but I had to put it aside due to some other commitments of getting things finished. And that is 2 floss threads over 2 linen threads. And yeah, it was one of the fun fall patterns that I worked on. Another fall pattern that I worked on too is just before I left for my first retreat, which has been over a month now. I got together with my friends, Utah friends Lonnie and Brenda, and this is our second year of participating in a virtual cross stitch called Friend Stitch, and it's put on by Heart and Hand and Bent Creek. I hope I'm right with the designer. If I'm not, hit me over the head or put it down on the bottom in my comments if I'm wrong, any of you who participated in Friend Stitch. This was one of the patterns that we got in our box that came in the mail, and I just love this. Let Joy In. Oh, just so many of these beautiful pieces, and I just want to keep working on them, and just too many pieces, too much fun, too little time. This one I did start during the retreat. The day before I left for my trip, I was over at Brenda's house and we were watching Friend Stitch. They had a wonderful finishing tutorial, which I could not participate in because I lost the piece that I stitched up to do for the finishing. And I still can't find the darn piece. So maybe put good vibes that I'll find it eventually. So anyway, here's the start on that Let Joy In. And I'm not sure, this is like a natural fabric of some kind that they put in, and I did not check to see for sure what it was. But they also have the over-dyed threads in with it. They kitted it up with everything, as well as some other really fun stuff too, which I can tell you in my next video, or show you in my next video. This is two floss threads over 2 linen threads. I'm not sure on the count. Like I said, I'd have to check on the count. I'm guessing probably 32, but I'm not positive. It could be 36. Could be, I don't think it's 28 though. My friends can tell me what it is when they see this video. And this is the only amount I got done during the day, but got a little bit. And just a fun, another autumn piece that I got a chance to work on a little bit during fall. Okay. Let's see, 16 minutes in. And I still have a lot of things to show. Oh, I was surprised at this, but I was getting some full coverage. It's not FOMO, full coverage. I'm trying to think of the word. Desire, need. Anyway, I'll think of some initials for it that we can use, but I just wanted to work on a full coverage, and I just said forget it. I'm putting the other things aside just before I leave on my first retreat. I am working on something on full coverage. So I picked up, I should have been working on my 21,000 stitches in 2021, but instead I picked up Story Keep Maleficent, my Dark Lady, and put 300, let's see, just about 300 stitches into her. So those of you who love her, there's a few more black stitches into this, not a lot. And it was down in this area right here that I filled in. So as you can see, I have to fill in a little bit of blues there and there too. And some more black down there. But, you know, 300 stitches was a little bit more to add to her. So anyway, this is a 25 count even weave gridded fabric with the called for DMC colors. And the last time I looked, I had about 45% done, though I did not check now. Anything else? Nope, that's all for this girl. So I did do a little bit of full coverage in the last 6 weeks, amazingly. Now, oh, 1 fabric thread over 1. So it's 1 over 1 full cross. Okay. When I started my traveling, I have a lot of pieces to show here, but actually I didn't do as much stitching as I would have liked to have done because, as you know, when you're traveling, if I'm driving myself, I'm certainly not going to be putting stitches into a piece. Though, bad girl that I am, a lot of times I will set my phone down and I'll watch Floss too. But I don't watch it totally. I listen to it mostly. Every now and again I'll glance down and see what somebody is working on. But I will not stitch in the car while I'm driving. That's just a no-no. So I don't get as much stitching time in when I go to my retreats or visit my sister or whatever the case may be, except when I'm at the actual retreat, which I do pretty good at the retreats. But my first day traveling down in Southern California, which I'll tell you more about when I do my travel video, I met with Sarah, Stitchy Mommy. We've become pretty good friends. And we, along with Shelley Kiak Stitch, are working on Casslin's Cross Stitch Fun. And so I brought it down with me to show it to Sarah, and we also worked on it a little bit while I was at her house. But actually, I worked on those who sing mostly at her house, so I could get more stitches on it because, of course, I was gearing up for a finish. Where I worked on the stitches for Cross Stitch Fun was in her car as she was picking up her kids from school. And that brought back a lot of memories, I'll tell you, of picking up my own kids at school and all of the places that, waiting in the car and everything else. Too bad I didn't do much stitching back then. I could have gotten a lot more stitching done, huh? But anyway, in the car I did about 65 stitches. Mostly did this little part right here. So that's my little contribution for a little bit more of getting Keslin's Cross Stitch Fun done. This is being stitched on a 32 count. Again, vintage Stormy Night. Boy, I like that color, don't I? It just seems to be those are the ones I've been picking up, working on lately. 2/2, 2 floss threads over 2 linen threads. This is, but this is not 32 count. This is 25 count. I'm doing 1/1 full cross because this is going to be an extremely large piece. It is 445 stitches high. That's why I won't even open this fabric up because it's so big. It's going to be 445 stitches high by 267 stitches wide. So it'll approximately measure, if it was stitched on 40 count, it would measure 22.5 inches high and 13.5 inches wide approximately. So it's going to be a big piece even on 25/1. So anyway, this is what I've done so far. And this thread, I'm using silky thread, the thread on the spools. And it's in the colorway of smoky gray, which is kind of hilarious now because it just hit me. Sarah, it just hit me. It's smoky gray, named after Smokey. Now, I didn't do that on purpose. Not at all. But now that I'm thinking about it, I can call this piece Smokey's piece. Because not only does it have a cat in it, it also has smoky threads on it too. So anyway, but that's my little bit of stitching on Cross Stitch Fun. So, okay, anything else on that one? Nope. Okay, this is my kit piece that I've been working on every Sunday. I guess I can call it my Sunday stocking. I'm working on this with Amy of Amy Loves Toads, and she has probably done a whole lot more than me because since I was traveling, I think there were only 2 Sundays that I worked on this in the last 4 Sundays. But every little bit counts, as we all say. So the total was about 460 stitches. Not a whole lot, but at least some. I'm stitching this on the kit fabric, kit floss. It's been a fun stitch, though. I've been enjoying it. Don't always enjoy dimension gold kits, but this one's been fun. And since it's an Aida, I'm doing 2 floss threads over 1 block, and it's a light blue 16 count Aida. Whoops. Okay, the Grinch is telling me I've got it the wrong direction. Let's put it the right direction. The little bit I did was mostly finishing up the curve in the ornament there. So a lot of the stitching around the edges and side and some of the filling in. Oh, did I do anything else? No, I didn't. That was all. So that's my little bit of work on Enchanted Stocking for Sunday Stocking Stitches. Should we make that a hashtag, Amy? I don't know. Next. Zombie Run challenge pieces. Many of you who are on Daily 30 know about those, but I won't go through the explanation of them now since I've got so much stuff to do. But fast expo explanation is you have 4 pieces that you work on and you have to do 400 stitches on them per month. And then you can go on ahead and do more to reach a certain challenge and for a certain mileage that you're doing. This was the one that I worked on this last, let me see. I had already finished it in September before I left for my first traveling. So this was taken to my second retreat, and I did my October challenge on it there and finished it. Let's see. I did 406 stitches because, again, I didn't have a lot of time. There were other commitments. So I just did my basic bare minimum on the 400, a little over. So I fulfilled the challenge. And I'm working on her dress still. The rest of her has been finished. I am not doing the background. I am just actually doing the girl. And she's based on my granddaughter, who will be going to the University of Utah soon. I am working on Picture This Plus, 32 count demoiselle, which is a light modeled combination of greens, blues, and lavenders. And what I did, I need to put this together since this is a wide piece and show you what I worked on. When I was at the second retreat, I worked on this section right here to get my 400 stitches, where her dress is starting to flare out. So my challenge stitches are done for Garden Prelude. They are also done for Those Who Sing because, of course, I finished it totally, and I must have done about 6 or 8 miles worth of my challenge doing Those Who Sing, since I wanted to finish it. So I still have 2 more pieces that I need to get my 400 stitches on before the end of the month. That's Harriet Elizabeth Coe and Emerald City, which I will show you in just a minute for my plans. Okay. I'm now moving into new starts. Okay, what's the story on this? Oh yes, I went to StitchCon in June. As we were going through the vendors' booths and looking at everything, my friend Brenda and another friend Kim and I fell in love with this Liz Matthews piece that had been finished there, and they showed a finished they finished it in the frame, and you know how beautiful it looked there. We just fell in love with it and decided we had to do this. So we decided, well, actually, I was designated the fearless leader. As fearless leader, I let one of our other participants know that she needed to finish up her other piece that she was working on before we would start this. Well, she was very good, and she finished it up here in Utah at another retreat that was held when I was back at another retreat in Iowa. So I have to say, we can say this piece was started in Iowa and it was started in Utah. I mean, I'm sure it's been started a lot of other places, but it's been started that many states apart by the few of us who have decided to do it as a cell. Here's my little bit of start. Brenda's finished hers. Kim's done a lot of hers. Everybody else who's decided to participate and has done lots of theirs. But, of course, little old me is behind on all my other have-to-do pieces. So this has to be put on the back burner, or had to be put on the back burner. Next week it won't. It'll get pulled out. As you can see, I still have the fabric left on there, but it was just easier just to fold this up and show you the little bit I got done. So you can see this is not another sampler Be Stitch Me fabric, 32 count Lugana that I'm doing for my for what I kitted up. Others kitted up others, but I decided to stick with the called for because I had it in my stash, and I love the kind of creamy color to it. I'm gonna like that look, I think, with the garden. Let's see what else. 2 floss threads over 2 linen threads for this. I'm using all the called for Glorianas. So this is a well-traveled piece. We can say stitching, maybe we can call it Stitching Through the States garden, or Liz's moving garden, who knows. Brenda was saying, what should we do for an Instagram name or tag? I'm sure we can come up with something interesting after where it got started. So, but I'll leave that up to you, Brenda. Okay, my other new starts are due to what I decided to do for, some people were doing Starttober, but I'm doing Friday Fun Birthday starting for my birthday, which is in October. So it's my Friday Fun stitching. My birthday is actually on a Friday this year, and there are 5 Fridays in the month of October. So I'm doing Friday Fun stitching and starting a new piece every Friday. That was a little crazy with all these other commitments I had to do, but I had wanted to do that for a while. My first piece is one that most of these are pieces that have been sitting around kitted up and I've wanted to do for a long time. Never done a sewed stitch, always watched them, enjoyed them, fell in love with the time for myself, and decided this was what I wanted to work on for my first Friday piece. And it is being worked on 32 count Fortnight fabric in Blueberry Cobbler, a very pretty mottled blue. But I am using the called for DMC thread. And I got 434 stitches done when I started this, and then set it down. It's 2 floss threads over 2 linen threads. Right here is like part of her apron and her blouse. And right here is starting the edging of her face and her nose. It's so fun. What I like about their stuff is just so whimsical. I love the whimsicalness of it. I also like the fact that even though there's some back stitching in it, it's not top heavy in back stitching, and it just adds to the sweetness and the whimsical look of their pieces. So that was my first Friday Fun Start. My second was Chatelaine. This has been kitted up for a while, except for my beads and a little bit of metallic. I had all the rest of the flosses. A lot of silk flosses in this. Gloriana's. Oh my goodness. Can't think of the names now, but lots of different colors of silk flosses. I've always liked this one, Holland Springtime Mandala. With this one, I decided I wanted the colors to pop. So I'm just doing it on a white 32 count even weave Lugana. And I'm using all the called for floss. And I'm stitching it 2 floss threads over 2 linen threads. It's not really showing the pop out beautiful colors that chatelaine is known for, but it'll happen. It'll start taking shape. I ended up only getting about 322 stitches done on this when I started it, but it's a start. So you'll see a pattern in this. I love blues and greens and teals. So this mandala has a lot of that in it. Okay. My third Friday Fun Start I did at one of the retreats, the one back in Iowa. It's kind of a variation, trying to think. It's my twist on the Prairie Schooler alphabet sampler that some people are doing. And my twist, this is the ABC booklet, and I'm working on the C, which is the cow. My twist on the Prairie Schooler is I am going to stitch the letters of my name, first name. It'll be a long piece, and I'm going to probably do each letter in a more standout color than what they're showing, but the rest I will keep with the original DMC colors that Prairie Schooler is using. I'm stitching it on a 32 count ivory Lugana, 2 floss threads over 2 linen threads, And this is the C, starting my name. And this is the top part of the cow. That's one of its horns, starting another horn, and some of the other colors for it. I liked this ivory color. A friend of mine, Marcy, was using this same ivory, and just thought it just was really a warm, pretty color for doing this prairie schooler. So that is my take on what I'm doing for this start for prairie schooler, for my twist for the alphabet. It's two floss threads over 2 linen threads. And I got, oh man, I don't know if I wrote how many stitches I got on this one. I did not. But from the looks of it, I did quite a few. So I probably didn't write it down because I was at the retreat and busy having fun. My fourth new start, you'll see the blues, greens. I just started this 3 days ago on my 4th Friday fun start for my birthday. This is a Carolyn Manning design from her Shooting Stars collection, which they're beautiful. All the patterns she has are absolutely beautiful, but this was my go-to. I mean, I saw this and I didn't see anything else when I saw this. Northern Lights, those blues, those greens. Oh, just fell in love with this. So it's been kitted up, been planning to be started for quite a while. So I got my 4th Friday start, birthday start, onto this. Let's see what I've got here. It's on a 32 count. I had a light blue Zweigart, just plain Lugana. I don't want any modeling or anything else on this. I just want to accentuate the pretty colors on this. But I thought it might be fun to have like instead of a white, to have like a different color background. 2 floss threads over 2 linen threads. I'm using all the called for DMC flosses. And of course, many of my favorite colors. And this has been so far my favorite new start. I did 650 stitches and didn't want to stop. So, didn't want to put this down. Just love it. So, that was my 4th Friday start. This coming Friday will be my last, and I'll show that in plans. Okay. Actually, now I am on to plans, because I want to finish this up, because I'm done with talking about 6 weeks worth of stitching. I have to finish up for plans this next week before I come back my last 2 zombie run pieces, because I'm determined to keep up on them. So the one that I need to work on and get 400 plus stitches on is Harriet Elizabeth Coe, which you have seen in past videos. I didn't actually bring the piece, but that one I will work on for my 400 stitches. And then the other one is Emerald City by Al Forrest Designs. Oh, sorry, Harriet Elizabeth Coe is by With I Needle and Thread. It's one of Brenda Gervais' patterns. And then also the other 4th of my challenge pieces is Emerald City by Al Forrest Designs. So I'll have to put my 400 plus stitches into this one also. Harriet Elizabeth, I think I'm just about done. I'm halfway done here, and I'm about over to here the last time I finished. So I have to finish this last little bit of the flowers here. I think my plan will be to work on this and then maybe possibly go over and do this tree. We'll see what the 400 gets to, because that's all I'm doing on it, and I'm setting it aside. That's one plan. With the Emerald City, I'm going to work on my absolutely detesting part. I'll explain to you why. Detested of it. No, not detested. I detest it. Now, the Emerald City itself. So I've done like the bottom part. I'm starting to work on the middle part. So I'm assuming my 400 will get me across the rest of this way, possibly. And we'll see. Maybe up to there, but I doubt it. Probably the 400 will be to there. The reason why I detest this Emerald City is I've made so many darn mistakes and so much ripping out on this, and I don't understand why. It's like Emerald City hates me or dislikes me. I don't know. So I feel like putting it into whip prison, but I'm not going to because it is a challenge piece and I'm going to finish it. But I will be very happy when I get back to doing a witch and a winged monkey and the wizard and all that and be done with this city, which doesn't like me for some reason. So, okay, what else am I working on? Oh, I'm so far behind. I kept up so well, everybody, on doing my Lizzie Kate Flip It every month. Did I do it this month? No. And I've got a few more days before the end of October. So I'll get a start on this, see what I can do. It's about 1,600 stitches. If I really hustle on it, I can get it done, fairly soon. But then again, I have other things that, I need to work on too, or I want to work on as well as need to work on. So we'll see how I do. But I'll show you some kind of some kind of stitching on it for my next video, which I plan to come back like in a week or a little over a week. So anyway, that I want to work on. And oh yes, I was going to tell, well, of course I'm going to work on my Sunday stocking on Sunday, and then I want to catch up on the temperature topography because October's almost done and I need to get OBER worked on and finished with temp typo. Okay, now the piece that Krista and I are planning on starting this Friday on our twinner birthdays is Heartstring Samplery Piece Band Sampler. I didn't take it out of the plastic. This is a 2020 release from Beth Twist. We both, again, we were drawn to the words, and just as we were with those who sing. And so we discussed it on our video chat and decided that this was what we were leaning towards and made our final decision. So we will be working on the Piece Band Sampler for this year for our birthday sale, October 29 BD sale. It's a doable one. Again, like those who sing, it's like 125 by 233, so it's a doable pattern. I like all the solid color stitching. Krista has kind of, I think, figured out what she's leaning towards for her linen and her color, but I have not yet. After this video, I want to get this video done, and then I'm going to go back and start looking through my fabrics, start deciding. I will do it one color, and but not necessarily red. I'm not sure positive yet what I'm going to do. So you'll be surprised next week when I show it. So, and just love it. I've been smiling, thinking about the world as one, and I believe someday it's going to come. There'll be peace. Peace in our world. People just have to look deep inside themselves and think on how they are portraying themselves to others, and remember that everybody's opinions are important, and to look at that and to show other people peace, kindness. So those are my plans, hopefully plans for this coming week. Oh, I have time. Can't forget this. I'm going to do my daily gratitude journal for y'all. And it did just drop open on this one. I was actually going to kind of look through and see what I wanted to do, but on this kind of cold, cloudy, stormy day, from someone who loves rain and loves vintage Stormy Night for my fabric as well, I thought this October 14th little quote was good by Joan Marquis. Says, "We can choose to hate the rain or dance in it." So look at all those pretty umbrellas. So remember, you can dance in that rain. You don't have to just grumble about it. So, and before I end, usually at the end of my videos, you who've been watching for a while, I always say, remember the beauty that's out there, and you can see it. Even if you don't get a chance to travel, even if you're only looking out in your backyard, in your home, there's beauty out there. Look for it. Well, I have a friend named Mary, And she found this new pattern by Bent Creek. And it was I believe it was this last Needlework Expo releases. And I, due to getting all ready for traveling and everything else, I did not even take a look at what the new releases were. I just said, forget it. I can't handle this. I've just got to work on what I'm doing, and I don't want to look at anything. I don't want to buy anything because I know I'll see things to buy. Well, I got this in the mail, and my mouth just dropped open because I did not even know that they had done this piece. Bent Creek did this piece called Look for the Beauty. Look for the beauty in everything. If that's not my message, I don't know what is. I just went, oh my goodness. So a big thank you to you, Mary, for this pattern. And it will definitely be worked on. I mean, it's only like 159 by 80, and I'm going to have to put it up behind me, maybe back there on the wall, because it's certainly me. So I want to tell you guys thanks. Thanks for watching. This still ended up being 45 minutes, and that was just my stitching. So thanks for bearing with it. Love to you all, and I'll see you back again when I get a haul and retreat video done. So anyway, take care, everybody. Love you. Bye.